Welcome. This channel brings you daily motivation and uplifting sermons. Subscribe now. And together let's reach 1,000 subscribers while building a positive, inspiring community. When you set out to live your truth, to chase after the dream that's been planted in your heart, you're going to encounter resistance. Not everyone will celebrate your journey. Not everyone will understand your purpose. And you know what? That's okay. It's not their purpose to understand. It's your purpose to live. But here's the thing: when people try to tear you down, criticize your goals, or mock your ambition, it's usually not about you at all. It's about what they see in themselves. It's about the struggles they haven't resolved, the fears they haven't conquered, and the dreams they've let die. They see you striving, pushing, growing, and it stirs something in them. Sometimes it stirs admiration, but more often it stirs discomfort. Why? Because your growth reminds them of where they're stuck. It's like looking into a mirror. You're reflecting back the possibilities they once believed in, but have long since abandoned. And that reflection can be painful. Instead of facing it, many people lash out, they criticize, they question, they doubt, not because you're doing something wrong, but because they're wrestling with their own inner demons. When you understand this dynamic, you gain a tremendous advantage. You stop taking their words personally. You stop feeling the need to defend yourself or explain yourself. You see their negativity for what it really is: a projection, a defense mechanism, a distraction from their own fears. And that's when you can free yourself. Free yourself from trying to prove your worth to people who can't even see their own. Free yourself from the endless cycle of explaining your vision to those who will never truly understand it. Free yourself to focus on what really matters: your purpose, your progress, and your peace. When you recognize the demons in others, you gain clarity about your own path. You see that you're not here to fight their battles or heal their wounds. You're here to walk your journey, to stay true to your calling, and to let your actions speak louder than any explanation ever could. That's the power of understanding. That's the power of recognizing the demons within others. In a world full of noise, silence is your secret weapon. It's not just the absence of words. It's the presence of understanding. There's an incredible power in choosing when to speak and, more importantly, when not to. When you're walking in your purpose, there will be people who question you, doubt you, and challenge your vision. Their questions might sound reasonable at first. Why are you doing this? What makes you think you can succeed? What will people think? But often, these are not sincere inquiries. They're veiled doubts. They're fear disguised as curiosity. They're attempts to pull you into a conversation you don't need to have. You don't have to answer. You don't owe everyone an explanation. Sometimes the best response is no response at all. Silence speaks volumes. It says, "I'm not here to justify my path. I'm here to walk it." It says, "I'm not going to waste my energy convincing you. I'll show you through my results." When you resist the urge to explain yourself, you reclaim your power. Think of a flame. A strong, steady flame doesn't need to shout or explain why it burns. It just burns. And its light is undeniable. That's what silence does for you. It allows you to keep moving forward, uninterrupted, undistracted, undeterred. It forces people to confront their own assumptions, their own insecurities, and their own doubts. In that silence, they'll begin to see that your confidence comes from something they can't shake. But silence isn't about ignoring everyone. It's about discernment. It's about choosing which battles are worth your words. Not everyone deserves an explanation. Not everyone deserves your energy. Save your voice for the moments that truly matter. Use it to lift others up, to inspire, to create. Don't waste it on debates with people who have already made up their minds. In the end, silence isn't weakness. It's wisdom. It's knowing that you don't have to fight every fight or answer every critic. It's trusting that your actions, your consistency, and your results will say far more than words ever could. And when you let your silence do the talking, you'll find that you're free to focus on what matters most, fulfilling your purpose, staying true to yourself, and shining your light for those who need it most. When you first light your own flame, it can feel small, maybe even fragile. It's that dream, that calling, that purpose you've discovered. And at first, it might seem like it's flickering in the wind of others' opinions, doubts, and judgments. But remember this, your flame is yours. It's not meant for everyone to understand or to approve of. It's meant for you to carry, protect, and grow. As you walk with your flame, you'll notice that not everyone reacts to it in the same way. Some people will feel inspired by your light. They'll draw strength from the fact that you've stepped out on faith and started walking your path. But many others won't know what to do with it. Your light will make them uncomfortable, not because there's anything wrong with you, but because it reminds them of the light they've let go out. It stirs up memories of dreams they've buried or paths they didn't dare take. Instead of celebrating your flame, they may try to snuff it out. And here's where your strength will come into play. You don't owe anyone an explanation for the fire inside you. You don't have to convince them that your light is real. When someone questions why you're doing what you're doing, you don't have to respond. When someone mocks or dismisses your efforts, you don't have to defend yourself. You just keep walking. You keep that flame burning, even if the only one who believes in it is you. In time, your flame will grow. It will become a beacon not just for others, but for yourself. The more you walk, the more you'll see that you're not doing this for approval or applause. You're doing it because you were called to. You're doing it because the fire won't let you rest until you've followed where it leads. You'll begin to see that those who try to blow it out are struggling with their own darkness. And in that understanding, you'll stop taking their actions personally. You'll stop needing to explain yourself to them. They're not the reason you're walking. They're not the reason your flame burns. The more you focus on your own path, the more you'll notice that others start to fall away. Their doubts and negativity lose their power. You'll find that as your flame grows, it will naturally attract the right people, those who understand your journey, those who want to walk beside you or cheer you on. But those people won't need explanations. They'll see your light and know it's real. They'll see you walking with your flame and recognize that you don't need their permission. That's when you'll realize the beauty of walking with your own flame. It's a solitary yet powerful journey that sets you free from the need to explain, convince, or justify. Keep walking. Keep your flame burning. It's not meant for everyone to understand, and that's perfectly fine. The world doesn't need another person explaining their light to those who can't see it. The world needs more people walking boldly with their flames, showing by their actions, not their words, that the light is there, and it's here to stay. As you journey forward, something profound begins to happen. You become unshakable. You no longer flinch at criticism, no longer lose sleep over doubts, and no longer feel the need to explain or defend your every move. This isn't arrogance, it's clarity. It's the realization that your worth, your vision, and your purpose are not up for debate. Becoming unshakable doesn't mean you never encounter resistance. It means that resistance no longer controls you. The doubts and negativity of others might still appear, but they don't penetrate your spirit. You recognize them for what they are, noise. You understand that not everyone is equipped to see what you see or walk the road you're walking. And instead of wasting energy on convincing them, you double down on building, creating, and moving forward. When you're unshakable, you're rooted. You have a foundation that isn't dependent on external approval. You know why you started. You know what drives you. And you trust that the journey, while not always smooth, is taking you exactly where you're meant to go. There's a freedom that comes with this understanding. You stop looking for validation in the wrong places. You stop explaining yourself to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. You stop letting someone else's darkness dim your light. An unshakable person is a powerful person. You're not easily swayed by the storms of life or the opinions of those who don't see your vision. Instead, you keep building your house on rock, not sand. You keep your eyes forward, your steps steady, and your heart strong. And in doing so, you inspire others not by telling them what you're about, but by showing them through your actions, your consistency, and your results. This isn't to say that you never face doubts within yourself. Even the strongest people have moments when the path feels uncertain. But when you're unshakable, you've learned to manage those doubts. You face them, acknowledge them, and then move past them. Because you know your mission is bigger than any temporary fear. You've built a resilience that allows you to keep going no matter what comes your way. Being unshakable means you've stopped chasing the approval of people who aren't ready to support you. It means you've embraced your purpose so deeply that no outside force can pull you off track. It means you've found a peace in knowing who you are, why you're here, and where you're headed. And with that peace, you become unstoppable. You have the courage to keep shining, even when the world seems intent on dimming your light. You have the strength to keep going, even when the journey feels long and hard. And most importantly, you have the wisdom to know that your path is yours. Alone, you don't need to explain it. You just need to walk it. And that is what makes you unshakable.